Alright, so you jumped on the bandwagon and bought this Osmo Pocket 3 because everybody seems to have it in 2024. It's lightweight, portable, and very easy to use. It's straightforward and beginner friendly as well. But there's just one problem, and that's the colors. The colors don't look like your favorite content creators out there. It's a little bit bluish and the skin tones are a little bit off, and it doesn't look very cinematic. Just look at my face right now, my skin looks so unhealthy and it looks like I haven't slept for days. Well, today I'm going to share with you my quick and easy color grading workflow for the Osmo Pocket 3 that'll work in almost any situation that you're in, be it indoors or outdoors. By the end of the video, your color should look something like this. Now, this is just a quick disclaimer, I am not a professional colorist, I do not do color grading videos for a living. Is this the most professional, correct way? Absolutely not. It's just what works for me and my workflow and how I get very nice looking images from the Osmo Pocket 3. And whether it's nice or not is absolutely subjective to everybody. If you stayed through the intro and you liked what you saw, I hope to bring some value to you today and teach you my 3-step color grading workflow process. Okay, firstly, to get better colors, you can't be shooting in the regular color profile. You have to shoot in D-Log-M. So before we start color grading, we need to talk about video settings. Alright, here are my settings for the Osmo Pocket 3. When you slide to the right menu, it should look something like this. Simply turn on the Pro mode and this will automatically open up many more settings for you. Firstly, turn your exposure from auto to manual and set it to whatever works for the lighting that you're in. Because if the exposure keeps changing in your video, it's very distracting and it makes it very hard to color grade because you don't have a consistent image throughout. Imagine brightening a dark image and the moment later it transits to a brighter area, overexposing your whole entire image. Then you have to color grade all over again. It's a super tedious process, so just keep your exposure to manual. Then set your white balance to manual as well. Same logic applies for the white balance. You don't want it to be constantly shifting between orange and blue whenever you're shifting around. It just makes it very distracting and very hard to color grade. Most of the time I keep it at 5600 Kelvin, which is daylight. If the location you're in is warm and more orangey, decrease it to compensate for it. And if the location you're in is a bluer one, increase the Kelvin of your white balance. Make sure glamour effect is off. And now color, the most important part. As you can see, since we are in the Pro mode, it is now shooting in 10-bit. In simple terms, 10-bit basically means it gives you the most color information possible compared to the non-Pro mode where it's shooting in 8-bit. So basically 10-bit is better than 8-bit. Change it to D-Log-M because it's the best color profile that DJI has. And now you should be left with a more neutral image. Now to get the best out of your colors, I love to use these. These are CPL filters. This will basically cut off glares and reflections, allowing your colors to really pop more in your scene, giving you nicer colors when editing. This is a shot without CPL, and this is a shot with the CPL. Not the biggest difference, but trust me, it helps. This one that I use is a cheap and simple one, and you can see as I rotate it, it's changing the polarization effect, and it's also magnetic, so you can just stick it onto your Osmo Pocket 3. It's relatively color accurate and it doesn't shift your color away too much. Okay, now just a general rule of thumb, walk steadily and be decisive with your movements. Stop panning around like a regular tourist and you'll get very nice cinematic looking shots. Alright, let's hop on to the color grading workspace. And by hopping on, I mean like just follow me around. Alright, let's get to editing right now. Plug in your Osmo Pocket 3 into your editing laptop of choice. I'm using my MacBook, so let's get the footages in. Okay, so you can see in my timeline now I have all my shots and they are all in D-Log-M. As you can see, it's very flat. There's not much life to it right now, but it is gonna change in a moment once we edit the colors. So as you can see, all of them looks pretty bland right now. Okay, so I'm gonna show you my 3-layer process and it's very simple. It's very quick, so check it out. So let's go over to the project panel over here. Click on it and then go to File, New Adjustment Layer, and okay. And there we have the first adjustment layer. Let me just fit this in the first clip. Okay, and before we start anything, I like to hold down Option and then duplicate it just like this. So we have 3 different layers right now. And now basically over here, I'm going to label them different colors. So whatever color works for you. I just prefer these 3 colors like this, okay? We need to rename it to Basic Adjustments. The second one, all we have to do is just rename it to Conversion Layer. And for the very last one, Final Adjustments. Okay, let's start off by editing the first shot. This is the basic adjustment layer. Just leave it as it is. We don't need to touch it yet. Go to conversion layer and then go to lumetri color, creative, and then look. And over here, browse, and we're going to browse for this DJI Osmo Pocket 3 D-Lock M to Rec 709 LUT. It's basically a conversion LUT provided by DJI, and you can download it yourself. I'll show you how later on, but basically all we have to do is click it and boom. Look at that, it already looks like a normal, relatively normal looking clip, right? If you're curious how to download this, go over to your browser and search for DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Conversion LUT. What you have to do is download it and bring it into your Premiere Pro project. This is what it looks like right now, and what I like to do now is go to Basic Adjustments, and then Basic Correction, and from here you can adjust whatever you want to sort of color correct your footage. For example, it's a little bit more blue in this image because the place that I was at is the ceiling dome of it is actually very blue, so it caused the overall image to look very bluish as well. So what I like to do is push up the temperature just a little bit to sort of change it back to this, and then over here I love to play with the contrast and reduce the highlight so you can see it affects the ceiling dome area. And for the shadows, I like to reduce it a little bit as well to just bring that punchiness back to the image. And then in creative, go down. Over here, you can increase the vibrance just a little bit, and I don't touch saturation because I don't know, just saturation just makes it look a little bit. Look at this. I don't know. I mean, if you like this, then sure, go ahead. But I don't like it, so I like to push the vibrance just a little bit more and stick with this. This is technically good enough. The final adjustment layer is the layer that I do all of my final adjustments in. So for example, I add in the LUT that I want. You can use any LUT that you want, but I use my own Lutpack. In this case, the Flash Lutpack. I use the Flash LUT, and it looks like this. Look at that. I think it is a little bit too much, so we're gonna reduce the intensity just a little bit, and boom. Look at that, we have a very nice looking image. No, seriously, that's it. Like, that is literally all I do for my colors to achieve this. Now, of course, if you want to apply this to every single shot, it does change a little bit because not every shot is exposed the same. So what I like to do is select on all of these three, hold down on Option, and then drag it to the next clip. And over here, I can then color grade the next clip. So I'm gonna look at it over here first, and wow, okay, this already looks pretty good, right? So if I want, I can just go to Basic Adjustments and then do some minor color adjustments. So I like to play with the curves a little bit because, as you can see, it affects the midtones. All we're gonna do is bring it down a little bit, and then look at it, like the colors just come to life. I like this one as it is, and over here I can simply just copy this, drag it to the next one, and then from here, oh, look at that. So it's a little bit underexposed. So what we're gonna do is bring it back up somewhere here. And we can also change some of the adjustments that we had earlier on. I shot all of this in the same location, so the lighting and the colors are more or less the same. If you're shooting in a totally different environment, then you would have to redo this entire process just one more time, which isn't supposed to take that long as well. Okay, and then let's go to the next clip and drag it back like this. And we can see, wow, okay, this one looks perfect, so we'll just leave it as it is. Now, a really good tip is actually to play with the shadow tint and the highlight tint as well. So what I like to do is actually just push it slightly, just slightly towards orange, and it should add in this touch of color, and it looks more natural as well. And this one is a shot of my friend standing with the foreground of the leaves. Now, I'm gonna leave the leaves as it is because the place that I was at is actually very dark. So if I were to push it back up, let me show you. If I were to push it back up, it wouldn't be able to recover all of the details. It just would look pretty bad. Like, look at that. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it as it is. As long as the subject is well exposed, I think it's fine. But we can actually still bring it up just a little bit more. Maybe the shadows can go up, and the contrast can go back a little bit, and the exposure can increase just a little bit, like this. Look at that, so we get at least a little bit of the leaves as a preview, before we go to the subject over here. So this is a perfect example of an overexposed image because the subject itself is pretty bright. It's a white flower. So what we can do is actually push down the shadows and the highlights, especially the highlights actually. Look at it, look at how much detail is coming back. You can just see the flower a lot better. Alright, once you've color graded all of your clips, it's time for the next step, which is to piece the video together, which is the perfect time to introduce today's sponsor, Motion Array. Alright, so you know these title cards that I use for my videos to transition from one shot to another, or even the intro title card for this video. They're all from Motion Array. Now, I've been using Motion Array's tools for years now, and usually what you have to do is go to Motion Array and go to the tab that you want, let's say Motion Graphics, and then find the motion graphics that you want, let's say this pixel typeface one, download it, wait for your download, and I have pretty slow Wi-Fi, so the wait is quite a while. Okay, it's actually taking quite a while. And then once it's downloaded, unzip the file, look through everything and find the one that you want, and then drag it into your project and edit from there. It works, but it is a tedious process. But now Motion Array launched a new quick and easy drag and drop feature, and I'm going to show you how it works. So basically, go to this Motion Array Adobe extension and download it to your computer. Now once you're done, go back to Premiere Pro and check this out. All you have to do is go to Window, Extensions, Motion Array, and look at that, it appears right inside your Premiere Pro project. So on this Motion Array tab right here, you can download all sorts of things, stock videos, photos, motion graphics, and what I like to do is just go to the motion graphic templates area and search for title cards. Like this one, the nice trendy one. Okay, so let's download this and let me show you how it works. It's pretty cool. So it says installed. Now it's here right in my graphics template. I can just drag it in, put it over my clip. So let's head to the properties panel and edit the title. So it says nice trendy right now, but what we can do is just basically put whatever we want. Osmo Pocket 3. And look at that, we have a nice title card. What I also like to do is change the background color. So in this case, I don't even want the background, so we can actually remove the background and change the shadow color to, let's say, black. And look at that, it overlays on top of our image. That is how simple it is. It's drag and drop. Now we can go one step further and go back to royalty-free music and just search for the vibe that we want. In this case, I want something nature related, and boom, we can just find a song that we like. Simply click download and check this out. Once you're done, look at that, it appears right inside our project panel, and we have the songs over here, and we can just drag in the song that we want and reduce the gain. I like to reduce it to about -8 and then just fade in the song. If you're interested to try this out for yourself, it's the first link in the description. Thank you Motion Array for sponsoring this video once again. Alright, so that is how I color grade my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 footage. If this video helps you in any way, shape or form, do consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. It'll really help me out a ton. And if you want to know how getting a camera in 2025 can help you make money as a content creator, check out this video over here. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye!